Welcome back to CCRPG. We are in the aftermath of saving the Relst, the DBC, and Contratarian's capital ship after having met in the asteroid field. After having held off the bloom long enough for your ships to make it out of the asteroid field and then make a run for the gate, you are able to warp the next state system over, and after about an hour or so, getting back on the ship, getting your mechs, put away, checking with everyone to see what's going on. The ships are going to part ways now. The capital ship for Contratarian has other things it needs to do, and does not see the need to notify you of what those are. So it's leaving. But you guys are still together with ORION and the crew of the Relst, who have managed to extricate themselves from danger safely. What are you all doing? What is the cooldown from that mission look like?
I think Astro's has a bottle of champagne he's stored away for successful mission celebration. So he gathers everyone up, pops the champagne for a little celebratory.
He hid it behind the tuna?
Yeah. There's a weird tuna aftertaste. Notes of tuna. And invites ORION as well.
Yeah, ORION and his two bodyguards who were on the ship post all this happening already, like as you guys started to retreat. They still haven't head back to the Relst, so they're like, yes, well, as long as nothing goes wrong between here and home, you'll be getting your pay relatively soon.
Excellent.
Would it be possible to get extra for 2 prisoners, or?
I mean, we have no use for them.
Okay.
What you do with them is your business, but we're already kind of on the outside of the organizational structure of the systems. It won't do us too well irking them by ransoming people back to them. So we're going to go ahead and disavow what our contractors do for us. But that does free you up to do what you would like with them. So
let's just dump them off at a Moot and move on with our lives.
I mean, I did tell them I just leave them off at the nearest habitable planet. I had no interest in, rallying them up, or whoever they work for.
Well, we are heading back to Moot. That's our designated drop-off site. Me and my people will find out how to get in contact with our contacts with the Ruin Chain once we're there. And as soon as I can tell them, they will begin the process of, wiring all of your pay back to you.
I have to say, that was a bit of a curveball, that splinter cell, the Ruin Chain, attacking us. Did you have any inclination that you might encounter some internal resistance?
Yeah, I mean, I told you all of everything up front. I'm surprised the Bloom was organized enough to do so. But before we left, I told you that there were splinter factions and not all of them agree. But we did have kind of majority support, and it seemed like most of the subgroups were behind us.
They have a lot of resources for a non-majority support sub-faction.
Well, they have people. That's for sure, and whatever those people can bring. The MCs I'm surprised about, but this isn't the first time I've seen them just strap a bunch of explosives inside a transport ship and kind of let them loose. Those makeshift bombers of theirs are kind of par for the course when it comes to dealing with them. I'm just surprised they were able to field so many escort MCs.
I'm surprised that they committed suicide.
Well, I was just going to say one of them is suicide bomb trying to get a hit on Evelene here. What kind of what kind of people are they recruiting?
The most desperate.
Yeah, that's clear.
Yes, it is unfortunate, and ideally, their messaging wouldn't appeal so much to people, but when things are bad, I can see how change at any cost can be alluring. I'm hoping, even for them, if we change things enough in our favor, it should help them too, even if we don't agree.
We all have a good understanding of what adrenaline and rage can do to us in the middle of battle. It gets a lot more complicated and a lot scarier when you add faith into that.
Very true words.
Well, hopefully, getting back to the planet we're going to drop you off won't have any more surprises on the way. You can decompress a little bit.
Well,
Yes.
Captain, since the negotiations have concluded successfully, what's next for you?
Getting underway with new operations, hopefully with more backing behind us, which is what this was all about anyway. We'll be able to get a little bit more footing in the sector, be able to demand more things from the right people.
Well, as you gain that footing, I hope you remember the small part we played in helping you get there.
He smiles. Well, know this, that the people that are part of the ruin chain are going to remember that you've done good work for us. And if you are looking for more work, I'm sure we're going to be busy in the coming months.
Well, Astro will raise his glass and say, "A toast to your continued success."
Indeed. He will raise a glass as well, as will his bodyguards.
All right, and Astro will clink glasses with everyone at the table and down his champagne.
And then everyone dies. Poisoned.
Aha!
Except Astro forgot to remove the poison from his glass.
Yeah, so he also dies.
Hey, Bob, I got a question.
Fucking Curry comes up later after doing all the repair work. Is like, why is everyone dead?
Well, that's sort of what I was leading to. Like, how bad of a shape is the DBC at this point?
It's limping. It's limping towards its destination. Curry did as much as he could to hold it together during the fight, but there are no two bones about it. Like, he can't make repairs with material he doesn't have. Like, the ship is badly damaged enough that whatever work you can get done on the ship will not be enough. You'll need to get it to a dock to have it actually repaired.
Yeah, because I imagine that, like, Evelene, out of everyone else among the crew, is probably, like, the main crew is probably looking a little worse for wear because she's been working with Curry to fix up the ship. If anything, the only reason she's there is because she needed the break, and Astro was like, "Come on, you can spend 10 minutes having a drink and toasting."
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I guess it sounds like Curry's not there.
Curry is not. No.
Okay.
Also, neither is Torsay. She has not joined you.
That's kind of odd. I feel like Curry's busy fixing the ship. I'm not sure what she's up to.
Yeah, she just didn't show up to the celebration.
I'll ask. Evelyn will ask Astro about that. Like, where's Torsay? I feel like she doesn't have anything else going on, right?
Oh, she might be busy, rechecking the systems, making sure, if we didn't run into any glitches in our last mission. I'll check up with her afterwards, make sure she gets some R&R. She's working herself too hard.
All right. Well, with that, your guests will have a nice drink with you. Anything you want to ask them before we move on?
Yeah, nothing else from me.
All right.
Just wanted to ask
Yeah,
them what they thought about the other. I forget what they called themselves. The Bloom. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
Dyne has something that he kind of wants to do over the course of the trip leading there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, after the celebration, Kalayan will just trade another handshake with anyone who's there who's still like engaging him in conversation. Just letting how thankful he is that he picked the right people and that you guys are so good at what you do. He's very glad with the good work you did and is definitely going to put a good word in for you with their friends and allies.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll head back to the Relst.
All right, great to hear.
And yeah, you guys are just going to kind of, as a convoy of two, head back towards Moot. You're still in transit for now, but Moot is as close as the system has to kind of like neutral zone. For just so you have an idea of what it's like. It's like a large gathering place where many of the mid-tier movers in the EMA sector kind of set up shop. Though even often at odds with each other, open conflict on Moot would incite all the other groups to banish the offenders. So it's as close to neutral territories as you're going to get, because if anyone starts shit, it's going to interrupt everyone else's business and they'll kick you off the planet. So really, it's not safe, so to speak, but they're not going to do anything overt there either. You can kind of walk around in public without having to worry too much about who you pissed off, but be careful about those back alleys. I know that this is one of the places where you guys have probably been working out of fairly frequently over your time in hiding. This is where you would meet people for a lot of, smuggling. This is where a lot of your contacts would have been. I can tell you very specifically, I believe, at the very least, Tower, Orion's contact, would be stationed here on Moot. Yep. I'm sure that some of your other contacts would be as well. So when you get there, it'll be time to decide what you do while you have a little bit of downtime. The ship is going to take a little bit of time to repair. But as you guys are heading back, what do you want to do on your way home?
So on the way back, Dyne wants to do kind of two things. First, he wants Artemis to run a full check on the systems and give him the data so that he can send it out to, oh gosh, why can't I remember my own dude's name?
Dyne.
No, the dude whose mech I am currently piloting. Built it together. Man, it is
probably not important.
Your contact?
No, not my contact. Dion, thank you. The guy, the old dude who helped me build the mech in the first place. Dion, is it Dion Curis? Man, I need to bring it up. But I'm basically going to send all of the data to him. Because this is the first time the mech has actually experienced the full range of combat. The second thing that he wants to do is, with the money, he wants to go out and purchase the materials and equipment that he would need in order to create the stabilizer for the ZF-4.
All right. Well, that is definitely something you can work on in between now and probably the next session, because you're going to probably be spending some downtime there while you're trying to rustle up new work and whatnot.
Yeah, this would be like the compiling the data and sending it out would be like on the way there, and then when he reaches the planet, that would be what he would be doing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
All right. Anyone else? What else do you want to do on the way there?
I feel like Evelene's going to be compiling a list of parts and other supplies we need to repair the ship. And given I don't know Curry's experience with Moot, but like Evelyn kind of has a ballpark idea where to get everything. At least she would know how to at least get a good deal on some of the stuff. Maybe hit up her black market contact as well. She probably knows some stuff.
All right, well, let's figure out when you go there when we hit planet side, though. Mostly, I want to see what you guys are doing on the trip there.
I'll go. Like I said, I'll go check up on Torsay, and see what she's working on.
Okay, where do you go to find her?
I'll check the bridge first.
Okay, yeah, you check the bridge, and yeah, Torsay's there. You guessed correct. She is sitting in kind of her operator seat. She kind of swivels around in her chair to see you when you come in the back. Just go, oh, hey, Astro.
Hey, Torsay, burning the midnight oil?
Oh, just checking up on some things.
Anything I can help with?
Not that I can think of, Astro. Hey, when you were out there, did you guys get any, like, messages or anything?
Messages. Did Astro get any messages that I might be forgetting about?
I don't believe so.
As a player, I don't think so. Why do you ask?
Okay. I was just trying to see if you picked anything up. While they were attacking, I was seeing if I could tap into their communications to see what they were saying to each other. Scarily, they were almost silent. But I did, yeah. I did find an open channel, encrypted, that was going during the whole fight. But I couldn't figure out where the data stream was coming from or where it was going to. So I'm trying to open it up, see what's in there.
Interesting. Mind if I take a look?
I mean, yeah, you can have a crack at it. I already spent like the last 3 hours on it, so.
Oh, let's see if a pair of fresh eyes can't do any good.
Pulls out his eyes.
Yeah, here you go. Just let me know when you're done with them. Torsay starts screaming. Okay, so he'll take a look at the monitor, and start tapping away at some keys. Can I perform some sort of pilot check to see what I can't make out of this data?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm not hacking anything. I'm just like reading data. So
you're trying to get through the encryption on the data.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. So yeah, I think hack would apply here. So yeah, let me give it a go. Sorry, I don't have my character sheet up on the right tab. 1 second. Okay, here it is. All right, so let's roll. I rolled an 11. 7
All right.
plus 4.
Yeah, that's enough. You're able to, take what she's already kind of, what Torsay has already kind of figured out in terms of what's going on here. And as she kind of like talks you through it, well, this is what I was having the most trouble with. You take down, and exactly what you expected with a fresh set of eyes. You're able to come up with a few things that maybe she, just hadn't gotten to yet. But yeah, you're able to break the encryption on it. It takes about, 10, 20 minutes.
Sure.
As you do, it is a full tactical assessment of the 4 of you, the Relst, and the DBC. All 4 mechs, the Relst and the DBC.
Is this the sort of tactical assessment you would expect to receive like on the field, in the middle of combat, like while your enemies are engaged with you, or is it something like they got blueprints somehow and they came into this like prepared?
More like deep scans.
Yeah.
More like these are scans of what you guys were capable of and what you did on the field just now. This is like recent. And what you can tell with your success is this was recorded here and sent somewhere else.
Okay. Well, it's a little worrying. This information's being sent somewhere, but we don't know where.
That's not great. Who do you think it was? Was it the Bloom, or it has the DBC, the Relst, and all your mechs? Those are everyone that were on the combat field, right?
If if I were to speculate, yeah, I guess it was the Bloom that got this data, but who they sent it to, I couldn't guess. I don't know if it's back to headquarters or to another party.
Do you think it could have been Contraterine?
Do you think they'd be double crossing us like that?
Well, I don't know what they would do with this data, but I don't know. It's very obviously us that this was being examined.
Right.
Would it matter if I was there or not?
Would
you guys have done anything different? I just assumed I was sitting there in the bridge piloting.
If you're sitting, nothing changes. We'd be talking out loud, so feel free to chime in.
We're not their friends. We took a job for them. I mean, we don't hate what they're doing necessarily, but like them stealing our information isn't necessarily odd, is it?
I mean, with that in mind, even though the Rels is on here, it could have even been Kalian compiling this data. I mean, anyone who's not us, it could have been.
It could be just an insurance policy. They know we're free agents, and they just want to have the most up-to-date information about what we're capable of. I wouldn't necessarily begrudge them if that were the case. Still makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I really wish I could tell where it was going.
Is there any further investigation we could do to find that out?
With your success, I will say that you were able to determine the data and as much information as I gave you already. To determine where it went, unfortunately, you're not sure. I will tell you that, for example, if you were to say in the future get into a system where it arrived, you would be able to determine, oh, this was where it was sent to. You know what I mean? Like you kind of know what this is now, and if you were to say find the other end of this line in the future, you would be able to correctly identify, oh, this is the other end of that line.
Yeah, gotcha. And Astro will just say, yeah, me too. Well, good catch there, Torsay.
She shrugs. Well, I wish it was more.
You getting enough sleep?
I'm fine. I'll be better. A year without watching you guys risk your lives really didn't prepare me for watching it again.
Yeah, well, you hung in there pretty tough, so we owe you.
I wasn't great when we got hit. I wasn't sure we were going to pull out at first.
I'll let you in on a little secret. Neither was I. That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
But we made it out in one piece. We knew this job was going to come with risks, so I guess next time we'll know to be prepared.
Could always teach you how to pilot a mech. Be out there with us next time.
Join us.
I mean, that was a joke.
I mean, yeah. She smiles at you.
I mean, we could.
Oh, no, it's probably better that I don't.
Actually, probably better that you do, just in case something happens. But
She kind of like looks like uncomfortable to say no, but is like, oh, we'll talk about it.
Astro will just say, Torse has enough to worry about as our ops person.
yeah, no kidding. Flying the ship, keeping an eye on the battle while doing whatever you guys did over there, it's a lot.
Once we get to planet side, I'm ordering you to take some R&R.
Oh, don't worry. I have that planned already.
Excellent. All right, and Astro claps his hands and he says, well, I'll be in my quarters if you need me.
All right, boss.
Toodaloo. As he walks away, he says, did I just say toodaloo?
I was going to say, did he unironically just say toodaloo to us?
Torsay turns to you, Rock. Did he just say toodaloo?
I just shake my head, and you're supposed to respect your captain.
All right. Well, with that, yeah. I mean, the rest of the trip to Moot is not eventful. Thank everything that you are
Thank
not
the space gods.
Yeah, that you are not you're not under the assault of more missiles. But yeah, you are able to get there. You were able to find one of the kind of, more frequented spaceports on the ground that you're able to like land and dock at. Curry, as he's talking to you guys when he gets a chance, makes it straight up apparent this isn't gonna be a fast job. There's a lot of damage here, and more people ain't gonna make it any faster. There's only so much you can work on at once, and I want to make sure it's done right. So once you get that paycheck, you let me know. There's some things we're gonna have to tick off.
That should more than enough cover everything, right?
Torsay looks sad for a moment. Is like, probably.
It was a lot of damage.
So we're not in the red, but we're not in the black.
Dyne's just gonna say, we may need to be selling that information soon.
Or find another job.
That's true.
Well, if we're gonna find another job, this is probably a good place to do it. I mean, I can look around too if you need me to.
We got some leads that are probably still fresh, right? There gotta be some of the stuff's still gotta be good. I mean, it's only been a few days. This is Chuck. This is Chuck talking. How long has it been since the last time we did a hunt?
Last time it's been a week or two, right? Like it takes you days and days to get across each system because you have to like warp there and then sublight across the system and get to like your next disembark point. You know what I mean? Like even going 3 systems can take a week. Yeah, space travel is not exactly fast. It is fast going from like one system over to one system over, way faster than it would be for us, but it's still, it's a trek.
Well, I am going to go find a sketchy bar, get a drink, and maybe find a job.
I hope not in that order.
I think he meant exactly in that order.
I know what I said. I know what he said.
Curry looks at the DBC, puts his hands on the hip, and says, "Let me know when we get those replacement parts or the funds for them. For now, I'm gonna go into town and relax a little bit because I got a lot of work ahead of me once we get working."
That sounds good.
Yeah, you know what? I could go for a shady bar. Where are you heading to, Rock?
I know just the place.
Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doo.
Do I? I don't even know.
Sure.
Well, what is this, Batman?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you got the reference. So as we all kind of like disembark and go out into Moot proper, this is, like I said before, a huge kind of like built up neutral territory. There are, presences of and representatives for a lot of the major movers and shakers in the sector, as well as a lot of like the smaller groups that are kind of like building up but can't like support themselves, in terms of like having their own place, like all the big places, all kind of like the big players have their own like actual seats of power somewhere else, but have a presence here. A lot of the smaller groups can fully subsist on just being in Moot because it's a nice, safe place for them to set out. There's a lot of like merchants, a lot of other smugglers, your former rivals while you were still smugglers operate in and out of here. And, like I said, a lot of your contacts that you've made over the last year would have been here, including the contacts you have with within the various major organizations. So, yeah, I want you all to tell me kind of what you're doing here. Who wants to start?
Sure. I'll go. So kind of like I said before, Dyne would probably be going out to try and track down the materials and or parts that he needs to complete the project on the Prometheus.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that would probably be a lot of your time here. Yeah, if you're trying to source the various parts, go ahead and make me a pilot check to see if you can track down suppliers easily.
Let's see. I'm not sure I really have any pilot bonuses that work with this, so we're just gonna roll a flat d20. So let's see here.
Plus grit or no?
I don't really think grit applies here. Does grit apply here?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I rolled a 15.
15, yeah. You are able to, over a couple of days, locate suppliers for all the parts. It's not instant, and it does take some footwork, but you're not missing anything, which is very important. You're able to actually, like, source all the parts you would need. You can't quite buy them yet, but you know where to get them.
Right.
So, once you get maybe your cut of the pay, this is an option for you.
Sounds good. That's all that Dyne really was focused on at the moment.
Absolutely. What about Evelene, Comet, or Rock?
I think I'd like to hit up Honora, like actually meet up with her.
Okay. Yeah, where do you go to meet Honora? Where's like because if this is kind of like where she normally operates out of, she's kind of like a parts supplier. Where do you and Honora normally meet?
Originally I was thinking that she sort of has this sort of shop hidden in a back alley somewhere, but given that little bit earlier where we showed that like she has like a business card and number and everything, I feel like maybe it's in a little more populated area now. So like maybe a part of the town that is not as like busy, but it's still like on like if you're new to the area, you'll eventually find it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I getcha.
So I'll kind of Evelyn will sort of work her way that way and sort of like poke her head at the door and ask if she's in.
Yeah, it's almost in like an area where there's a lot of like very kind of like specialized shops. You'll find like Honora's shop and like a place that all they do is sell like refurbished ship engines, right? Like You don't always need a refurbished ship engine, but when you do, that's where you go for it, you know? So it's not like there's not a lot of foot traffic in this area. It's a lot of like very specialized places that have like exactly a specific thing you would need. And yeah, you make your way to Honora's place. As you walk in, it is kind of almost like the front end of like a mechanic shop. There's
Sure.
like some area to like talk to people. There's almost like the entrance is almost like a door, but that door is next to a much larger like roll up steel door, right? That's almost like a place you could like drive in and out of with a large vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of like go in the man-sized door, and you're in this like large area. You see, actually, funnily, there's like a small, almost like fighter plane that is boosted up on like some razors. That like there's a couple of people that you know, having been here before, work for Honora, and they're just stripping it for everything it's worth. They're like they're basically, you know, chop shopping it. So you just see this very, it looks like they're, let's call them laser burns over various parts of this fighter. But what's left of it, you see Honora's people just cutting the shit out of. They all have, you know, big saws, you know, small laser cutters, and are just like getting to work on this thing.
Cool.
Off to one side, there's like a little desk. There is another person in this room with you who is wearing a very fine suit. He's waiting at the desk.
Is this John Smith?
It is not.
Okay, good, because I had some words with him if it was.
I'm sure he would have words for you too.
And likely a gun. And not be alone.
Yeah, that's... Well, no, he was alone when he approached us, but, Anyway, yeah, I'll...
Those were different circumstances.
Yeah, I guess so. Evelene will work her way to the desk and kind of nod to the other person, I guess, waiting at the desk, I guess.
He's wearing sunglasses, just kind of looks at you, nods, looks back forward.
You wouldn't happen to know if Honora's around, right?
Waiting on her right now.
Oh. How long has she been keeping you wait?
About 5 minutes.
That's too long. I'll go get her. I assume I know where her back area is.
You do, yeah.
I'll just kind of poke my head and say, like, hey, Nora, you got a person waiting for you.
I told him he could wait.
5 minutes?
God, just fucking, who can't wait 5 fucking minutes? Just, you hear this rummaging from the back of this office. It is very, like, there's a single overhead light, but that light doesn't stretch into all corners of the room because there are a bunch of, like, tall, what are they called? You know, like, you would have in the back area of a store, you know, like the tall sort of things that hold a bunch of like storage.
Yeah.
So the central light just casts shadows everywhere because it's casting them past all these boxes that are on all these shelving units. There's these big shelving units. And you see Honora come out lugging this. There's this huge glowing canister she has on her shoulder as she walks out from behind one of these storage areas. She just like angrily kicks a box out of her way and it spins and hits the corner of the room and goes, who can't wait 5? Oh, hey, how you doing, Evelene?
Oh, you know, just making sure that you aren't giving your customers bad customer service.
Ah, fuck them. Hey, get out of my way. This is explosive.
Yeah. No, you need help with that?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure. Here, hook me up.
All right, so you help her carry. It is very obvious that this is some sort of glowing. I would call it repurposed fuel canister. It looks like it was not removed properly from whatever it used to be inside of. But between the two of you, you're able to get it out onto the front desk. And she goes, all right, Evelene, you don't mind. Just wait a moment.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll find a chair nearby. I guess I'll out of the way, of course, but just wait for her to finish up.
All right, yeah, you watch her walk up to this suited individual, and they start haggling over like how much is it's worth. It is very obvious to you, for knowing Honora for a long time. She is just bilking the fuck out of this guy. Like, whatever this thing is, and you took a look at it, it seems like maybe it's a canister of fuel. She is pushing him for way more than it's worth.
Hey, don't judge her. Let her do her work.
Yeah, no, and it works. This guy angrily is like, if you weren't the only game in town, this would be a problem. And I was like, yeah, but I am. And so, yeah, he picks up a briefcase that he had set behind the desk, sets it on the table, opens it up. You see him take various stacks of cash out of it and just sets it on the desk for her. And he goes, I trust that you won't reveal who this is going to. Of course. Now get out of here. He nods at her, closes his briefcase, and leaves. With the canister, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
All right, yeah, Nora will cut off from what she's doing, come back over to you, and just go, all right, Evelene, what can I help you with?
Honestly, this is a social visit. I'll be here later on when we actually have money to buy parts, but right now I just want to see a face that isn't the same four people I see on my ship out daily.
She pulls her hand up to her head and goes, oh, why would you curse me with coming here without all your money?
The money's coming, I swear.
All right, fine.
Look, I'll tell you what. I will bring you a bottle of the good stuff.
All right, you better.
Next time I visit, I would have had it now, but it just kind of went through part of it on the way back because it's been a mission. I'll tell you that much.
Drink it while you got it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. How are things in your neck of the woods? And I'll sort of motion toward, I guess, the thing they're breaking down.
Oh, fine. I'll tell you what. Work's picking up. I'm busy.
That's good.
Yeah. Everyone's looking for something.
Yeah, well, I guess we're no different. I mean, we'll be looking for parts in a sec, so.
All right, well, I'll keep you in mind. What you looking for parts for? Maybe I can set some things aside for you.
Well, we decided to take a job, an actual job, rather than just some smuggling bullshit.
Oh, you getting back out there? I know. You told them stories about how you working out there and those big MCs and whatnot, but that's dangerous business.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the one to judge you, and I'll just motion toward her. She's a robotic arm, by the way, for everyone else. But it went all right. But there's some really fucked up people out there.
Oh, ain't that the truth? I hope to be one of them most days.
I will tell you this. Go ahead.
Speaking of fucked up, you want a drink?
Yes.
All right, well, come on back. I got my boys to work, and I don't expect any other customers today, so if anyone comes in, I'll deal with them.
Yeah.
All right, come on. And yeah, you can have some drinks with Honora. Kind of give her a short manifest of things you think you might need for the DBC, so she can set some things aside for you. And, maybe even some things you might need for, mech supplies, coming around, getting paid.
Yeah, I think so the whole grappling hook system, I feel like that was a combination of maybe spitballing with Dyne to some degree, but also I feel like in terms of actual getting the parts for it was partially Honora's idea. So I think Evelene will sort of inform Honora that those grappling hook or magno cables actually worked like a charm, for the first mission since the break.
Oh, well, good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Except they're now attached to an asteroid.
We use them. We use those mag cables for salvaging sometimes.
Salvaging parts, salvaging mechs, it's all the same.
Hey, ain't it the truth? But yeah, you're able to spend some time with Honora and figure out kind of what's going on there.
Yep.
All right. Who else wants to tell me what they're up to? That was Orion and Chimera.
Okay, I'll go. I have a couple things I want to do. One quick thing, and then one maybe more of a downtime activity.
Yeah, and when I'll when we come back from this one, I'll tell you right now that Kalian is in the process of figuring out wiring you guys all your payments. So next session, I want all 4 of you to prepare. You will all get a license level increase to represent the new resources you all have available to you.
Yeah.
And it'll take you thematically maybe about a week and a half to repair the DBC. So for next session, this will do some of the getting started and what that's going to look like here. But come to next session knowing what your license level upgrades are all going to look like, where you got them from, and what you've been doing for like a week and a half on Moot. But yeah, I want you to tell me now, COMET, what's your quick thing, and then we can talk about what your ongoing thing is going to be.
All right, so my quick thing is I have a contact of my own. I don't know if she's probably not on Moot, but I would just want to send her a message. Her name is CHIMERA Niel, and she is throughout the past year or so, she contacted me, and she works at a research company called Symbolica Labs, and they develop experimental tech. And she made an offer to me that she heard about our escapades, and I'm sort of a famous guy, so she made this proposal that I try out some of their experimental tech in the field in my MC, I share some of the data that I field tested with, and it doesn't hurt that my public endorsement might carry some weight, so I would like to sort of download some of the diagnostic data and the logs and everything that encompasses our mission, and compile that in a package and send it to her.
Very computer tech based things.
Yeah,
very
this
technological and sensors data and stuff like that.
So it's last time I got a license level upgrade. It's her company provided me the software packages that let me install the neurospike in my mech. So it gave me different ways of hacking, different hacking algorithms I can utilize. So yeah, I'll send just a very technical data to her, and say, and then a small message. I would say, it's working out great. Can't wait to see what else you fellows are cooking up for me. And then I'll just send that message to her.
All right. Yeah, you send it out. She is not on planet, like you said.
Right.
She has, their group, has their own research base and, their own setup and whatnot. So you are able to get that info out to them, and you expect them to be in contact.
Great. So for my, and one other small bit of bookkeeping here is I'll release the prisoners once we get on planet. So I'll just visit each one, and I'll say, all right, you're free to go. I have no reason to keep you guys here. No hard feelings, I hope.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, when you let them go, Tom Vortner and Emma Donnelly are just kind of all right, you kept your side of the deal. We'll make sure that they basically make it known that they'll let Periapsis know that you don't go back on your word, at least. Even if you were against them on this mission, you didn't worsen your reputation with them by even more.
Yeah.
Fighting against them and beating them probably made them a little sore at you, which is going to change your reputation with them. But it could have gotten worse if you had pressed their prisoners too hard. So, letting them go has definitely, alleviated some of that pressure coming from that organization.
Cool. All right, and so
but when you get to Ruination Conditioning, who is your third prisoner on board, you come in and he's standing there with his arms crossed, just looking angrily at the door.
I think we all did.
The hacker, the elite hacker guy. I'll say, all right, buddy, you're free to go.
That it?
That's it.
He shakes his head. He goes, this is not how I'm used to traveling.
Well, I would remind you that you're a prisoner, and as a prisoner, I would venture to say you've been treated a lot more nicely than most prisoners get treated.
Don't forget to give him the gift bag before he leaves.
Well, if you want work done, maybe you should keep in mind who has the skills to get done what you need. This ain't exactly making me feel hospitable to you, if you know what I mean.
Listen, I'm letting you go, no strings attached. Not holding you ransom, not doing anything. So, I think we should part ways amicably, don't you think?
He looks at you. Go ahead and make a pilot check to see how he feels about you here.
Charm, certainly. 15.
All right.
Really good.
Yeah, he examines you. All right, fine. But I'll have you know that you missed out because you could have had the most experienced professional hacker on your side when things went down. You think I didn't hear those explosions? You think I wasn't in here rocking from side to side in this stupid little crib you got in here while your shit was getting blown up? You could have paid me and I could have helped you. But you know what? You did get me home. So peace.
See you later, Ruination. Best of luck to you.
he saunters off into the distance.
Does he give the peace? Does he give the peace sign when
he gives the peace sign as he leaves.
Is
over his shoulder, yeah.
Oh.
He's walking away and he just goes peace, and he pulls his hand up over his shoulder as he walks away.
Asher lets out a big sigh. Good riddance.
Suddenly you hear a narrator says, "This will not be the last time we see of him."
All right, and so once we're planet side, what Astro plans to do here is do a little investigative work on these aluminum mines that have been blowing up around the sector. So he just wants to check he wants to do a deep dive into news feeds. He's gonna check dark web, internet chat rooms, that kind of thing. See if he can piece together any more information about it.
Any more information about what specifically?
The incidents that happened, the mines that were destroyed.
Yeah. Finding out more about the mine destruction, whether or not people know what's going on with those, or what kind of effects those are having. Maybe if you can
find some sort of common element in these incidents that he reads about.
So COMET, this is going to be kind of like a project for you. So as you kind of investigate and bring this information together. So keep that in mind and we'll talk about it, and then we'll talk about what you were able to find and what that might mean going into next session.
Okay.
All right, because we're gonna have some stuff to lead off with, where you guys are gonna have leads and know what's going on, have some various things to follow up on when we start next session.
Great.
All right, sounds good. All right, that leaves Rock. Where do you and Curry head to?
Some bar. I don't know. The oily tap.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure,
you head
whatever.
to the oily tap.
It's a great name, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd just hang out with him for a little while, just kind of chit chat about stuff. Just see if anything kind of happens while we're there.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah, Curry and you chat for a while. It becomes very apparent that Curry is like, hey man, that's a dangerous ass mission for the first mission you brought me on for. I'm glad I was prepared. You guys warned me ahead of time. That says something at least.
Yeah, we needed the money, and it's about time we got there out again. So I'd like to say others will be safer, at least for you all on the DBC. I prefer you and the DBC and everyone there's not getting in any kind of trouble.
Yeah, fair enough. I appreciate it. You warned me. I knew what I was getting into. But gonna say yeah, I could use a little relax, a few drinks. So I'm glad you brought me to a place to get that done. He lifts up a cocktail in your direction, takes another swig.
Hey, did you get a chance to see how Torsay was doing in the middle of the fighting?
Man, I was running from room to room just trying to keep everything together. I saw her once things calmed down a little bit. I came up to, there were no major hits on the cockpit. So I felt confident at least things were still going okay up there. But after I got, the mission critical things under control, I did call in with her. She seemed okay. She told me to just keep working.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine then. You know anyone on this planet?
I used to. I kind of was over, where you found me for a couple years, but I'm sure some of my old contacts made them here.
Just kind of shrug a little bit and go, yeah, I guess we're looking again now. Dorsey didn't seem too convinced that what we're going to get from this is going to keep us going for a while, so...
Ooh, I'm not going to lie to you. Nothing I can't fix. But yeah, we're gonna have to use some of that paycheck to fix up for sure. Depends on how good a deal you're getting from them. I guess I wasn't really involved in seeing what that what the number on that check looks like, but I think I'll be able to find some stuff.
My job is fuel, so that's where I'm gonna hit up next after this.
Oh, good, yeah, because things have been a little dry here for a while, so that's what I heard, at least.
Oh?
Yeah. Even when I was back where I was, a lot of people talking about, how hard it is getting from place to place, kind of restrictions on fuel, and how some of the corporations are throwing their privilege around, first come, first serve, kind of like they get buyer's privilege on the first things that come in. And, some of the smaller independents were complaining about how there wasn't enough to go around, but didn't think I'd have to worry about it till I was on a ship of myself.
Glad I have the contact I do then. Good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you chat amicably for a little bit, just trade a little bit of info about, what happened, how things went, what things were like on the ship, like an actual funny thing that happened, one of the mech repair tools that was used normally to like strap Orion's mech in for servicing. When the ship got all shaken around, it like got pushed to the other side of the hangar in just such a way that it like clipped on. It took him, he actually had to cut it in half to like get it off. Like, it's like, I don't know how this thing got on here, but I cannot get it off. But yeah, you chat for a little while. This is a place you can have like known of. You've been back to this planet for a while. Would you say you were a regular here, Rock?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. If you were a regular here, then when the bartender comes over, he goes, "Hey, want anything else? Any more drinks?"
I'll just look at oh my god, my brain just turned off there for a second.
Curry,
thank you.
Yeah, there we go. He look at Curry. He just goes, two's enough for me. I'm gonna head back to the ship.
All right. I think I'll call it here too then.
All right, I'll pay out your tab. Give me a sec. The bartender goes off, comes back. He just, drops like a little wooden tray on the table that has a check in it, and it looks like there's a little, I would call it a
Mint.
nope. I would call it a chip, but not like from a casino.
Oh yeah.
So like a gambling chip on top of it as well that is not normally from here, Rock.
Mm-hmm.
The check looks
I'll
normal.
Pick it up and the tab all together.
Okay. Yeah, you pay.
Just pay it out.
Hold on to the chip, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start playing James Bond music.
All right. So after Curry heads back towards the ship, then I'll just take a quick look at the chip. What is it? Is there anything noticeable about it, or?
Yeah. As you flip the chip over, you notice that it is a red chip, and in the center of the red chip, there is a purple flower on the gambling chip.
Okay. Does that mean anything to me?
You would know that is generally the symbol for the Astro uprising.
Okay. Then I am going to head out to my fuel contact, assuming he is here.
Yeah, absolutely. I assume that this is a place to have a fuel contact if there is one.
With that,
yeah.
Okay.
So tell us about your contact.
Jacob Wright. He's a tall, middle-aged man, longer brown hair, just with some streaks of white through it. He's like a big guy, lots of muscle to him. He currently is my contact, and he sells fuel.
How did you meet him, Rock?
I wasn't going to say that.
That's fine. Yeah, a little bit of mystery. You meet your friend, or contact at least, Jacob. Where do you meet Jacob at?
I assume he has a place of business.
Yes. Yeah, he has a place of business where he is also kind of a you've kind of indicated he does fuel. He can get you a lot of fuel under and over the table is the thing. The reason he's a good contact is because he has a business that is a fuel depot. But sometimes gets extra fuel from less upstanding sources that he doesn't want tracked. So he'll only sell that to people in the know and people who can agree to a bit of we don't talk about this kind of deals. So he kind of runs the above the board thing and everything's on the books and you can just buy normal fuel from him like a lot of people do. But if you know him and know what he actually does here, he always has a secret reserve. But yeah, you show up to the shop. He mans it himself most of the time because he's usually putting in orders. It's one of those things. People come in, he negotiates. He'll set you up with an order and have it shipped out to your ship. Not a lot happens in his shop itself. But yeah, you come in. He notes you immediately. You notice there's not that many people in the shop right now. And Jacob just nods. He goes, "Hey there, Rock. What you doing here? Need something?"
Oh, same old. Looking for some fuel. I heard you've been having a rough time keeping it around.
Yeah. If you don't have the right contacts, it can be a little bit hard to keep a hold of.
They've been keeping you supplied, though?
Well, some of my contacts, they can keep me in. They can keep me green when everything else is red. You know what I mean?
I just nod. Go. Speaking of, my new unit's kind of back in business. We just took a job. I'm wondering if maybe you had anything that you needed done.
Well, you know what? I do have a few lines out there. not that I would need anything done. What use would I have for something like that?
I don't know. A successful fuel running business with no employees. I thought you were going to hire someone.
Oh, well, people are unpredictable. But I can tell you, I know some people. I know some people who'd be real interested in what you and your friends do.
Yeah. On top of which, I think we would need some resupply here as well. We just made quite a trek and burned some extra. You have enough?
DBC, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can get you filled up. Yeah, I need to keep something around to make sure that people don't go asking while I'm running a fuel shop with no fuel. So I'm going to give you some of the under-the-table stuff, if you don't mind, but I'm going to waive the traditional fee that's associated with it to get access to my special stock. There's a little bit of a shortage going around, and I want to keep some of the above-board stuff on hand in case people come asking.
Not all of it, is it? I can't be walking out empty-handed.
I'll get you,
so to speak.
Yeah, I'll get you some. You know what? We'll mark on here that we'll not enough to top you off, but let's write down that you're getting enough to get you to another jump. Maybe find another supplier, and I'll get the rest of the stuff to you maybe 2 days from now. Just make sure the hangar you're in doesn't have too many eyes on it in 2 nights.
Okay, sounds good. If you need longer, we're going to be here for at least a week, according to our new engineer.
Crosses his arms, he goes, all right, well, if you're going to be here longer, actually, it makes it easier. Yeah, I'll have most of it to you in 2 nights still, though. But, if you're going to be around a while, that gives me some time to reach out to some more of my contacts. So, yeah, you keep an eye. I'll make sure I get a communication to you.
Look, we'll go dangerous, but I'm not looking for frontline work here.
Why don't you tell me what you're interested in, and I'll make sure I only talk to the right people.
Well, we're interested in getting paid to keep moving, but I told you what happened with the corpos last year.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of do this half-hearted shrug, like it is what it is. But like I said, we're not looking to get on the front lines of things. So if it pays well and it's a little dangerous, we can work with that.
Sometimes pays well and only a little dangerous are on opposite sides of the field, from each other.
I know. Hey, by the way, I pull out the chip and show it to him. Is this you?
He looks at it, and I can truthfully tell you, just no obvious recognition on his face. This is someone you've known and had as a contact for a while. And he's like, no, can't say. And the thing is, that he's had contact with people who have used that symbol. So if they've used that symbol, it hasn't been to him. So he's not in the loop about what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just look at it a little confused and then him and go, thought you were calling for me at first.
Oh, really? I ain't that cloak and dagger.
Should have known better.
Hey, I like things discreet, but I'm not flashy.
I'll just, assuming that our work here is done for now, I'll just kind of lean in and give him a half hug kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, man. Take care of yourself. Hey.
Just wave and walk
And
out.
if you ever need a place to crash, you let me know. Sometimes things don't go right out there, and I got plenty of places.
Thanks. Maybe, but not tonight.
All right.
Tonight we had a win, so.
All right. Yeah, you're able to get out of there. And you've successfully made contact for getting your fuel situation sorted.
nice. And
It
I will
would-
make sure that I am the one watching over the DBC in 2 days.
Yeah. It does strike you as a little odd that he doesn't recognize the symbol, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Is there, like, any kind of, like electronical data chip in it that I could find or something? Like, something real secret there? Or...
Yeah, you can do like a scan of it or something, see if there's like it triggers off of anything in there. There is.
Okay. Then I will take it to my room on the ship and lock the door and then play it
All
or
right.
whatever it is, or check it out.
Yeah, you're able to link the data on the chip into your personal terminal. It shows kind of a advertisement to a casino that's on Moot. As far as you're aware, it is a affiliation-run casino.
Okay. All right. Maybe we all would like to go to the casino. That might be fun.
Hey, casinos are fun. Maybe sometimes.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Well, you have your feelers out there too. I think we all have a sense of kind of where our characters are and what they're doing here. Anything else you guys want to set up as kind of a look into the future before we come back next session?
I think that covers it for me.
Yeah, I think I'm set.
I think so. Yeah, that's good for me.
All right. When we next pick up with this group, it'll be, about a week and a half from now. The DBC will be freshly repaired, and we'll talk about what you guys got up to. Maybe do some flashbacks here and there as need be to see what you've done on Moot, and how are we gonna get a job? What are we gonna do next? Where does the DBC crew go from here? Newly reactivated, back out in the world, and fresh new paycheck under the belt.
Cool.
Huzzah!
Alrighty.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.